Hey, now this video is a lot different from the usual. This is mostly for a friend, but there's a lot of editing in this video, so I thought I want to just upload it to YouTube. Before we start, I'd like you to go into training mode and just follow along. Put me on like a second monitor or something. Alright, to start off, use L and R to make yourself fly up and down. You'll just fly up and straight down sometimes. After you do an input, you'll fly up slowly, and you can just undo it and press it again if you want to fly up faster. You obviously know how to move with the left stick. Duh. It's basically in every video game you've ever played. But if you press the B button, you'll start flying faster. You're gonna be doing this a lot. All right. Let's go over the block button real quick, which is the A button. If you hold A, you will block. Now, if the opponent's still attacking you and you let go of block, it'll auto block for you. One more thing about block is that when you're doing the fly fast thing I was talking about with the B button, you mash A, you'll deflect key blasts that are coming at you. Next is the key blast button, or X. Obviously, you can press X to fire off a single key blast, or if you hold it down, you'll charge it up and send a big key blast. But most of the time, you'll just be mashing the key blast button to fire off multiple key blasts. Now, similarly to block, you can mash the key blast button to do the same thing as if you were just standing still when you're flying fast at your opponent. You'll use this to close in on your opponent a lot. Wow, I did not read that well. Basically, basically the fly fast thing. If you do when you're closing in, just spam the key blast button. It's basically what most of you doing. Yeah. Let's over the amazing attack button that everybody loves so much. Now, if you're up close and mash the Y button, you will do an auto combo. If you hold down the attack button for about 2 seconds, you'll charge up an attack and send your opponent flying or break their block. You can also hold the direction you want to send your opponent. Not like earlier with the fly fast thing, instead of mashing like the other two, you fly at your opponent while holding down the attack button. Next up is the thing that you literally do. It's the Dragon Ball thing where I'm just glancing over it. The charge button, or ZL, the very back left button. You know, all those yellow bars in the top left, you gotta charge those up. That's about it for it. There's not really much else about it, unless you watch the rest of the video. Wink. Now, what I'll be talking about from now on, I wouldn't exactly call it advanced, more like you'll actually do multiple inputs. So, yeah, let's get started. Let's start with special attacks. Every character in the game has their own set of special attacks. Some do overlap, though. Just gonna go over the beams and charges real quick. We're gonna be using Goku End for this example. Special attacks use 3 parts of key, so make sure you're actually charged up to use it. I'm not going to go over the inputs themselves, I'm just going to be talking about what the moves actually do. A beam special shoots off, well, a beam. There are some energy spheres or lasers, but it's just easier to say beams. These use range to deal about a half bar of damage to your opponent. You can use them far away, but your opponent will probably just dodge it. I think it's better to close in and then do the input, and they'll have no time to dodge it. We'll be talking about clashes later. Now, charge vessel charges at your opponent, and if it connects, does almost a full bar of damage to your opponent. One big thing about this is that there are 2 types of charge specials. One charge special, like Goku End, which is the common one, flies at your opponent no matter what, and you can even hold a direction to make your character swerve a bit. The other dives straight in, like this charge special by Goku Early. You can't change direction, and it's really easy to dodge. And if your opponent blocks a charge special, it'll break both of your blocks. Yes, even though you're not blocking, you both will be stunned. This is probably the biggest thing to know. If your number in the top left at least says 1, you can charge your key to max. I'm not sure what this is called 100%. I'm guessing it's called sparking. This basically loads up all of your moves. With this, if you do a heavy attack, it will do even more damage, send your opponent even further, and if they block, it will definitely break that block. Not to mention basically unlimited ki blasts. It also allows you to use your ultimate, the last special attack. This ultimate attack will do at least a bar and a half of damage. However, the most OP thing about sparking is that you can just mash the attack button, provided your character isn't the heavy type. You will do a basically infinite combo. Sometimes your opponents can start blocking, but if they do, you can just do a heavy attack and boom, you can just start comboing again. Yes, this does have a time limit. I know I said infinite, but you know. Now that we've gone over that, let's jump back over to movement real quick. If you hold charge without holding a direction, press B, you will fly fast toward your opponent, like a special attack charge that I went over earlier. Not just that, but if you do it the same thing, or press B twice after holding charge without holding a direction, you will basically teleport right in front of your opponent. Make sure you're already pressing the attack button when you're there. What I'm going to talk about next is something my friend got so confused about when I tried to tell them in person. After you finish a combo or send your opponent flying, simply hold forward, press the B button, then press the attack button to get one last hit in. You can probably do this 2 or 3 times in a row, depending on how good the other player's mash is. You can definitely do it more if you have sparking. These next 2 things are going to be real quick. If you send your opponent flying, then press X. There's a chance you'll teleport and hit them to the ground. You may be able to do this 2 or 3 times as well, but I'm not sure to do this myself completely. If you're up close to your opponent, hold a direction and press the movement button, B button. You will dodge in that direction. You can use this to intentionally drop a combo, dodge, and then start another combo to get even more damage in. Alright, on to the last 2. Z countering. Doing a Z counter is a near frame perfect dodge, but it's so much fun to do it if your opponent attacks you. Now how to do it is you don't hold the attack button, you just press it, and there's a chance you'll teleport behind your opponent. But watch out, they can do it right back at you, and y'all can just keep going back and forth until one of y'all messes up, and it's really fun to do. But most of the time, it'll only happen like once or twice, and that's it. Alright, last one, and fine. We'll do beam clashes, just clashes now. There are 3 types of clashes. 1 beam clashes, 2 charge clashes, 3, I actually don't know what the third clash is called. Beam clashes happen when 2 beams hit each other. Duh. Same thing with charge clashes. What's cool about charge clashes though is that the clash can start from a special attack charge and a normal charge. Pretty cool. This last clash I've literally never gotten outside of story mode. Should be on screen right now. If you just mash all the face buttons, you should be fine. And speaking of how to win those clashes, dude, I don't know what the best way of rotating is. All I know is that you can do it in both directions, not just to the right like the game says. And that's it. That's my beginner's guide to Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3 from a beginner himself. If you sat through all of that and you made it through to here, you're crazy. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful. Yeah, so after I was done writing the script, I realized there's literally a training mode you can go into in the game to explain these things. So maybe go do that. I mean, I guess it helps to have it explained and have some examples on your screen. So, thanks for watching the video. See ya.
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald?